or good afternoon or good evening, depending where you are attending from today. My name is Kumo and I am a course advisor at EIT based in South Africa, Johannesburg. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. So if you don't mind, could you please just switch off any notifications or any sort of could you please just switch off any sort of distractions or anything that might hinder you from actually engaging in the presentation? So there is a function to switch off the notifications on or off. So you could just use that for now. And then please take note of our Q&A box. That's where you can include all your questions and we'll answer them closer to the end of our webinar today. So basically, EIT is an engineering specialist institution with industry-orientated programs that offer our students world-class Australia-accredited education. So our programs are taught by industry-experienced lecturers, and what makes it unique is the fact that we've got a unique delivery model, so to speak. So these are a few reasons as to why students choose EIT as their go-to education provider for engineering. And as you may see, we've been #1 for 2 categories, and we've been top 3 in another 2 categories. So evidence of that is basically the awards we won last year. And as you can see, one was for the 2021 West Australian and National Export Award for International Education and Training. And similarly last year as well for West Australia Export Award for International Education and Training. So today's topic will be the learning journeys and career progressions at EIT, which is hosted by our amazing LSO, Isabel Sibanda, and LSO is a learning support officer. So she'll just basically be taking you through that and providing you guys with the information. So for today's agenda, Isabel will be taking over and then she'll basically be engaging with you guys. Thank you. Isabel, you may take over.
Thank you so much, Kumo. Welcome everyone to this session. I certainly hope I will not bore you much. So as Kumo said, I'm a lead learning support officer here at EIT. I've been with the company since 2013. So straight to our. All right, before I proceed, can you confirm if you can all hear me? Is the audio okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. I hope everyone else can hear me. All right. So on our agenda for today, we've got 9 topics. Number 1, we'll go through what learning journeys are. We'll define that. Why career progression matters. Why do we do it? The modern pathway, because obviously we can't be sticking to the olden way of doing things. Linking learning to career growth. Number 5, tools for your learning journey. 6, supporting lifelong learning. Number 7, barriers and how to overcome them, because as expected, life has challenges, so education would have challenges as well. So we'll go through that. Number 8, practical steps for participants. Number 9, future learning, the future of learning and careers. All right, so what are learning journeys? I'll quickly read this. I don't like reading through the slides, but I'll just read the definition and then we'll discuss the key elements from this. The learning journey is the ongoing process of personal and professional development where individuals continuously build knowledge, skills, experiences, and experiences to achieve their goals. So what do we take away from this definition, right? Skills. You can acquire yourself a soft skill, for example, conflict resolution. How many of us here at work have had conflicts either with a colleague or, yeah, well, colleagues? Have we all dealt with conflict at work? I'm going to be asking questions here and there, so hopefully everyone can hear me, and please do engage. We are human, we're here to help you. So I don't like to talk to myself. I hope everyone is here. All right, anyway, key elements from this definition, skills. As you progress with your learning, you're acquiring skills, whether it's a technical skill or a soft skill, okay? Experience. As you work over time, you learn through doing real world projects, right? As I've said, I've been working at EIT since 2013. I've moved from one department to another. And over the years, I've obviously gained experience in the respective departments that I've worked in. So this is one way of learning, okay? Reflection. At times you need to sit down and self-reflect, right? Self-reflect on where you've been, what you've done, evaluate what you've done in the past, how you can improve, what areas you need to change for you to continue to grow in a specific area, all right? And then application, you're putting whatever knowledge you've learned, right? So again, I'll ask a question. Hopefully I'll get a few responses. How many of us are still in secondary school? How many of us are job hunting? Who is currently working in industry, and what industry are you working in? If you can, please just type something on the chat box. I'll give you a few seconds. Is there anyone who's working in industry? What industry are you working in? Or what's your field of interest? Okay, thank you. Someone says they're working in civil engineering. All right, so over time, someone says they're in mechanical. Over time, whatever knowledge you would have learned from your tertiary or secondary education, when you're now working, you're obviously applying that knowledge at your work. So it's a continuous learning process, right? We'll continue. What are learning journeys, right? So assuming you've just completed your high school education, right? You've just graduated from high school, what's next? If you're lucky, you can get employment immediately, or you can maybe try a trade qualification, right? If you're lucky enough to get employment, right, without a formal qualification, if you've acquired enough industry experience. Thank you so much for all your responses. I see them. Someone says HSSE officer, oil and gas, studying industrial engineering. Thank you so much. Appreciate your responses. All right. So assuming you've just graduated from school, you get employment and then you get work experience. You now want to formalize that work experience. You can come to EIT and study an advanced diploma, but you obviously have to prove that you have the industry experience required for you to be admitted onto the advanced diploma with EIT. Hopefully, after completing that course, because our courses are, we try to make sure that we deliver current information. So hopefully after completing that EIT qualification, you then graduate and then hopefully get a promotion at work. If your work recognizes that whatever knowledge you would have gotten at EIT, you're applying that at your current workplace. It's current technology. You're dealing with current information from industry experts. And so obviously you learn a lot from EIT, and then hopefully you won't stay at one spot at your workplace. You advance to the next level at work. Right. So why does career progression matter in today's world? What's the point of doing it? Why are we doing it? Right. So career progression is the process of moving from one stage of your career to the next, driven by growth, learning, and experience. Right. So we've got two types of progression on this slide. Right. The first one is vertical progression, which I would say is the most desirable. At least for me, I don't know about everyone else, but I would say this is the most desirable. For example, I'm a lead learning support officer, but obviously I started before I got to lead, I was just in LSO, right? So I've progressed to lead LSO, and then who knows what the future holds. Hopefully, I get a higher position as the time goes on. So vertical, you're obviously going upwards. You start off as a junior technician, and then you move on, engineer, senior engineer, so forth, right? That's the most desirable. And obviously that would normally come with higher responsibilities and more money. Lateral progression, on the other hand, there wouldn't be any pay raise normally. However, because you're taking challenging roles, all right, you are still growing, you're broadening your skills in your current field. So I would still say this is very desirable because you're learning, you're improving yourself, right? So if you decide to stay with the company, hopefully then you can then go to the vertical progression, right? If not, you can always move to another company and hopefully get something higher than what you would have currently. All right. So examples of milestones in the workplace: your very first job placement. You've just graduated from secondary school and you get that first job. I would say that's a really, really, really amazing achievement. Your first salary, you spend it on whatever you've been dreaming on buying for yourself, and you're no longer depending on your parents' money. Okay. Earning a professional certification. This is to build your own knowledge in a specific area, leading a project or a team. When you're at work, you don't want to stay stagnant. You obviously want to go up with time. Promotion to a senior management role. Again, you want to continue to go up the ladder and hopefully earn more and learn more as you go. All right. So the modern pathway, what is the modern pathway? Careers are no longer linear, which is to say, all right, so when I started at EIT, I was a telemarketer. I don't normally tell this, but I was a telemarketer. And I've moved from one department to another over the years, right? So when we're saying career progression is no longer linear, what this is to say that you go through pivots here and there. You can go through loops and pivots and explore new directions as you progress. So you can start off as a telemarketer, be a telemarketing team leader, be a marketing manager, and maybe marketing director, right? And then our courses normally allow you to work in different industries. All right. So for example, assuming you complete, I've seen someone who said they're in electrical from on the chat section, assuming you complete a Bachelor of Science in electrical engineering with EIT, you're not restricted to one industry. So our programs are designed for you to be equipped. At the end of the program, you're equipped to work in different industries. So for example, if you complete the Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering, you're able to work in renewable energy, you can work in mining, you can work in automation, you can work in electrical instrumentation and control. So you're not limited to one industry. All right, so at the end of our program, you're equipped with skills to work in multiple industries. Right. So, excuse me, our courses at EIT normally include practical assessments, right? So is in the engineering field, you can't learn only from theory, right? There has to be a practical work that you complete so that you're equipped to work in the industry, right? So as you're learning, how do you link your learning to your career growth? How do the two meet, right? So for example, with the vet sector, diplomas and advanced diplomas, you've got practical assessments that are done through remote labs. So it doesn't matter where you're based. Where is everyone based, by the way? Where are you currently watching this webinar from? This will help me explain my next point. Where are you watching this webinar from? Where are you located? I'll give you a few seconds. Okay, thank you. Someone sees there in Zambia, South Africa. Thanks, Tomo. Ghana, okay. Okay. Anyone else? All right, perfect. So our courses are delivered online, right? It does not matter where you are based in the country, right? As you can see, all right, I'm currently sitting in Zimbabwe. We've got people in different parts of the world in this particular webinar room. Likewise, with our practical assessments, we've developed remote labs which allow you to log in, right, onto those remote labs, and then you access the specific lab to complete your practical assessment. So it's not restricted to any country. You can complete that practical work despite where you are based. And we've got a technical support team also that's here to help you if ever you run into any technical issues on those labs, then you can contact them and then they help you. All right. Our courses are Australian accredited, right? So what's the point of studying if you're not going to get a formal certificate at the end that you can use either at work or to just advance yourself in life? So all our courses are Australian accredited. For example, with our advanced diplomas, we've got a couple that are actually recognized under the Dublin Accord. For example, the Advanced Diploma of Applied Electrical Engineering, Advanced Diploma in Civil. Someone said they're doing in civil, they're doing civil engineering and they're in Uganda. So that one is also under the Dublin Accord. And we've got industrial automation, for example, which are all recognized under the Dublin Accord. So at the end of your qualification, you get a formal certificate which you can use to advance yourself to the next level. Our instructors, the instructors that will be helping you throughout the course. All right, so as the learning support officers, we know nothing about engineering. We're just here to support you on the administrative side of things. But you've got access to instructors who've got 20 plus engineering work experience. So you are definitely assured that you're getting current knowledge from industry professionals, and you have access to these instructors 24/7. We always make sure that we provide their email addresses. You can ask questions either during the webinar via the chat box. That's why I keep asking for people to comment so that you kind of have a feel of how our webinars are delivered. You can ask questions either during the session or afterwards via email. And you also have access. All right, so with advanced diplomas, there's one particular group project, which is, as I'm saying, a group project. It's done by a group of at least 5 students, right? So we try and make sure that you're grouped based on your location, right? If I'm here in Zimbabwe, someone is in South Africa, someone is in Botswana, Zambia, we can all be grouped together and we can learn from each other through that project. Okay. Right. Tools for your learning journey. Right. So at EIT, students get to gain access to tools that drive growth. Right. Our Australian accredited courses are recognized globally. Most of our students are actually working in industry, but they are able to apply what we teach through our live online webinars in their respective workplaces. We, as an LSO, I've been here for quite some time, and we've over the years, we receive feedback to say that people are grateful for our courses because they're actually using what they've learned with whatever course they've studied with us at their current workplace. So you're assured that the knowledge that you gain will be relevant to your current field of work. All right, so our experienced lecturers offer you current knowledge that can be applied in your workplace, and your course materials, right? Your learning resources are always available on Moodle, right? So Moodle is the learning management system that we use here at EIT. So if you're studying online, from day one of your course until the very end, you've got access to Moodle. All your learning resources are uploaded onto Moodle by your learning support officer, and you've got access to that at any day all time. So you just need to make sure that you're logging onto your Moodle page to download the latest material. Make sure that you stay up to date with whatever is going is being delivered. Don't fall behind with the unit. So your materials are accessible. We do understand that people work, they've got life challenges, but after work, you can still access your Moodle and your course material. All right. Supporting a lifelong journey. Right. So EIT offers students a clear pathway, right, for you to progress from one qualification to another, and you can easily transition your career from technician, technologist to a professional engineer through completing some courses with us, right? So the Australian qualifications framework. Remember, I've mentioned that our courses are Australian accredited. Okay, so the Australian qualifications framework, which is commonly known as the AQF, has 10 levels. So here at EIT, we offer the accredited courses run from level 5 right up to 10. So it's up to you to decide where exactly you would like to fit, where you fit in. If you've got a diploma, you can decide whether you're now going into an advanced diploma. If you already got a bachelor degree, then you can move to a master degree, because diploma is a level 5, advanced diploma is a level 6, bachelor degree, this is according to the AQF levels, right? Bachelor degrees are level 7, graduate diplomas, graduate certificates, level 8, master degrees are a level 9, and then at the top, we've got the Doctor of Engineering, which we offer as well. Okay. All right. So I'm not sure if we've got any secondary school leavers in this room, but hopefully we do. All right. So if you're a secondary school leaver who meets our entry requirements for our 3-year online or on-campus Australian accredited bachelor degrees, if you qualify, you can enroll onto those bachelor degree programs, and then after that, you can easily become an engineering technologist who can be employed in industry. Okay, so the other slide we had said, for some secondary school leavers, they can move from secondary school right into work. But if you want to study, if you meet our entry requirements, you can start with your bachelor degree or whatever program suits your interest. So for you to be admitted onto the bachelor degree program as a school leaver, you need to have a year 12 certificate that would have been completed within the past 3 years with a minimum pass mark of 60% in math. Okay. And then generally with all our courses, you need to demonstrate English proficiency, because everything is delivered in the English language. So with all our programs, doesn't matter what it is, diploma, advanced diploma, but degrees, or the Doctor of Engineering, you need to demonstrate your English language proficiency. All right. So alternatively, you can decide to complete our undergraduate certificate courses that ran for 6 months, and then thereafter, you can articulate into the Bachelor of Science, right? And then moving on, if you're already a Bachelor of Science graduate, if you already hold a Bachelor of Engineering, what then? What would suit you, right? So our Bachelor of Science graduates who wish to become a professional engineer and meet our entry requirements can articulate onto our 2-year online or on-campus Master of Engineering programs. So again, English language proficiency has to be there. And then the other entry requirements for masters include a recognized 3-year bachelor degree. Right. This is just part of the entry requirements for you to gain entry into the Master of Engineering. Or alternatively, you can elect to complete our 6-month graduate certificates or 12-month graduate diplomas, and then you can articulate onto the Master of Engineering. Right. Maybe I'm biased, but this is my personal favorite, because I currently work in the vet sector, where we deliver for the diplomas and advanced diplomas. All right. So individuals who already have a trade qualification or work experience can benefit from our diploma and advanced diploma courses. If you still remember, I mentioned that the diploma is a level 5 qualification, and then the advanced diplomas is a level 6 qualification. So our diplomas run for 12 months exclusively online, and then the advanced diplomas run for 18, either 18 or 24 months online as well. So these programs are suitable for individuals who are working in industry and who wish to formalize their work experience. All right, these programs, the programs in the VET sector are regulated by the Australian Skills Quality Authority, commonly known as ASQA. Right. Moving on. Right. At the top of our AQF levels is the most desired qualification, hopefully, for everyone, the Doctor of Engineering, right? So the professional Doctor of Engineering qualification is for engineering professionals looking to contribute to the development of their specific engineering disciplines. All right. Again, our pathway ensures that upon successful completion of your Master of Engineering, you then articulate into the Doctor of Engineering, which runs for 36 months, right? The EIT Professional Doctor of Engineering provides professionals in industry who meet our entry requirements the opportunity to solve a problem or develop an improvement to an engineering challenge in their employment. So at this point, I would like to think that as a doctor of engineering, you can even get headhunted by different employers because you're now at the highest the highest level on the AQF levels. So hopefully you would be more desired by different employers, and you've progressed in your learning journey. Right. We also have some certificate courses. So if you wish to upskill for career progression, we also have some 3-month professional certificates of competency. And these are specifically designed for upskilling. These are non-accredited. They just run for 3 months, and they're mainly designed for people who wish to advance their knowledge in a specific industry, right? If you say you want to advance your knowledge in PLCs and SCADA systems, we do have a 3-month certificate of competency in that area. So these ones are run over 3 months and they're non-accredited, but they help you with advancing your knowledge in a specific learning area. With these courses, there would be one webinar every fortnight. You've got 2 assignments and at least 6 quizzes over those 3 months. And then after that, you get your professional certificate of competency, and you would have gotten yourself tons of knowledge in a specific study area. Okay. Right. What are the barriers to learning or to your learning journey, and how would you overcome them? Right. So again, life would always get in the way, but we are here to help you with your learning journey. All right. There's always going to be time constraints. You can get a promotion at work, for example, and then you get, you obviously have more duties allocated to you, or you're now handling a larger group of people, which is demanding. With that, I've mentioned that your course materials are accessible on Moodle 24/7. So we've got flexible study options. All your materials are uploaded onto Moodle. We don't upload everything at one go. So as the course progresses, right, we'll be uploading. We always make sure that your current unit and at least the next one, you've got materials for that. And with your webinar schedules, we try to make sure that you've got at least 6 months worth of webinar schedules. That way you can plan accordingly. All right. Clarity, again, we've got clear pathways on how you can move from the lower levels right up to the highest level qualification. I've explained that you can, with our courses, we start from level 5, the diplomas, the 12-month diploma courses, for example, the diploma in leadership and management. And then you move your way right to the top, to the Doctor of Engineering. All right. Confidence gaps. We've got qualified instructors, as I've mentioned, and we always try to make sure that our sessions are as engaging as possible so that our students' queries are answered either during the webinar or afterwards. So if your question is not answered during the webinar, please feel free to contact your learning support officer. You'll always have their email address. If for some reason you can't find your instructor's email address, you contact your learning support officer, and then they help you with your instructor's email address so that you get the answer that you need. We can't help you with the LSOs can't help you with anything relating to the course materials, the assessments, etc. That has to go to your instructor, and they always try to respond to queries within 48 hours. So we always encourage people to make use of their instructors. You're not stuck by yourself. We're not expecting for you to study, say, a 24-month course by yourself. We are here to help you. LSO is here to help you, and your instructor is here to help you as well. Right. So what are the practical steps for our participants or prospective students? Here at EIT, we encourage students to, one, identify where you are in your career journey. Okay. Are you a secondary school graduate? Do you just start working? Have you just achieved a few years of work experience? And then you're needing to formalize your qualification. I explained earlier that if you don't have a formal qualification, but you've attained, say, 4 years work experience in electrical engineering, and then maybe you can get admitted into an advanced diploma, and then you get yourself a formally recognized qualification, right? You have to map your goals, set short-term and long-term goals. What would you like to achieve over the next 6 months, over the next year, over the next 5 years, even? So once you've mapped your goals, then you can decide, all right, so for this year, if I've already got an advanced diploma, let me try out the Bachelor of Science in engineering, and then I move on to the master degree. So what are your short and long-term plans? Also, obviously, there's finances involved, but you can decide based on that what you believe you'll be able to achieve over a specific period of time. All right. Build yourself a learning plan. Choose courses, skills, and resources which align with the goals that you would have set for yourself. And then always check your progress, monitor your achievements, and then if you feel like you're not achieving what you had set to achieve in a specific period of time, what then should you do to make sure that you're achieving whatever goal you set for yourself? Make a reasonable adjustment to that goal so that you're able to achieve. Because who doesn't want to feel a sense of achievement after doing whether it's a certain task at work, a certain project at work, or completing a certain program? Set goals that you're able to meet so that you can track your progress and then celebrate your achievements. Right, this is going to be my last slide before I hand over to my colleague. All right, so what's the future of learning and careers? So learning is a continuous journey, right? This is the new normal. You simply cannot stay in one study area, or you can't stick to having just one qualification. You always have to make sure that you're improving yourself, you're advancing your learning, you're advancing even at work, right? So advance yourself. Make sure that you stay current with industry. Technology is improving. from time to time. So our programs at EIT are designed to meet these demands. So yeah, that's it from me. I do hope that I'm going to be seeing some of you on our courses. Even if I don't see you, maybe you'll be with maybe the higher education sector. As long as you're with us, I do hope that I'll be seeing some of you pretty soon. Thank you so much for listening. I hope I did not take too much of your time. Over to you, Kumo.
Thank you so much, Isabel. That was very insightful and very informative. I'm sure our attendees can agree to that. So thank you for taking time out of your busy day to do this. We do appreciate it. And most importantly, thank you to each and every one of you that made time to join our webinar today. And I'm sure you might have picked up a few things that you were looking for, and hopefully Isabel has answered the questions that you had come here with. But for now, we are going to have a Q&A session. We'll give you guys about 5 minutes to type your questions in, and then we'll answer them. So we'll give you guys 5 minutes. You can start typing your questions now, and then as they come in, we will address them. Okay, so we've got a question, and this seems more of a technical question because remember, Isabel and I are not engineers, nor are we engineering lecturers. So this would be a question that could be directed to maybe one of the instructors or one of the lecturers, because basic equipment used for fabricating IC or chips is something I would not know. I'm sorry about that. Sorry, I couldn't answer that question.
But what I can confirm, I'm not sure if this query came from someone who was there when I explained about remote labs, but we do have physical labs set up in South Africa, the UK, Australia, right? That students can access from anywhere in the world. I'm not sure if that particular equipment is there or if it's there on a specific course. But for the practical side of things, we do have remote labs set up in those 3 countries, and then anyone in the world can access them online and then complete their practical assessment. And then again, we do have a technical support system, a support team. Yes, on the remote labs. Do you have a link available on the online? Yes, there is a link for everyone to access remote labs. As long as you enrolled on a particular course, your practical assignment would state what lab you need to access for you to complete that. And then if you've got any technical issues, you either contact your instructor or the support team, and then they'll assist you. I hope that helps.
Yeah, I've just included a link here to basically information about our remote lab. So you could just take a look at that and it will explain to you exactly how it works and so forth. I've included it in the chat. Okay, someone just asked, good day, please can we get a link to apply for teaching job opportunities? Okay, so what you can do is you could basically go onto our website. We do have vacancies that are posted there when they come out. So you could just take a look at that from our website. It's constantly being updated, so you could check it every now and then. Thank you. And then the next question we have is from, okay, unverified. So they're asking the master's program, is it by research and what are the requirements, especially on the pass mark? Like, do you use GPA or WAM? Isabel?
So this for higher education. I'm not quite certain about that,
No, but
but
if you could just send an email through to us
yes.
and someone could attend to you and just answer the questions you may have. And I'm gonna just provide you guys with a few helpful links that could help you basically with obtaining certain information you would like from us. Okay, so the first one I will attach is the link to book a call with one of our course advisors and discuss your study opportunities. And then the other one that I'll provide is for our upcoming webinars, as well as our course schedule, which is a list of all the courses we offer here at EIT. And then you could just use one of those links, and then we can basically assist you guys with anything that you may need from us. Okay, there we go. Do you do exemptions if one has advanced diploma with EIT and would like? Yes, so basically that is an option. We do have what we call RPL, recognition of prior learning, which will basically um, credit you, but there's a process and that needs to be followed in order to get that done. Okay, so I'm Mike. I'm Kenyan. Currently, I'm a university student pursuing BA in mass media. Can I be capable to fit in the program? Yeah, so just use one of those links, the course advisor link, and then set up a call, and one of the course advisors will reach out to you and basically discuss your study options, so to speak. And then you said you're working in the financial and business administration. Is that we do offer diplomas and advanced diplomas of leadership and management if that's something you are looking into, but we can discuss that if you just send us an email or book a call, and we'll be able to assist you in that regard. So the next question, roughly how the fees for 3-month course and say one. All our fees are region based, and that's purely because some countries pay VAT and others don't. So you'd have to go onto the website, select the course you want, and on the fees tab, there's a drop down to select your country, and then it will state how much the fees are based on the region you're in. Okay, similar question that just came in now. Um, it's all dependent on which region you're in. So the fees are region based. So you'd have to take a look at that on our website. I have attached the course schedule link. So if you could take a look at that by selecting the course that you want, and then it will take you to the page and select on the drop down which country you are in. There's no guarantee that you'll get an admission letter to apply for a visa. We actually have agents that assist students in applying for on-campus studies. So our on-campus studies are just for our HE courses, mainly being bachelor, masters, and doctorate. Most of our other courses are offered 100% online. So if you do want to study a master's and you'd like assistance with that, feel free to reach out, and one of the course advisors can put you in contact with an agent. But that's obviously provided that you may be eligible for the entry requirements for that particular course you're looking into. There we go. We'll take another 2 or 3 questions, and then we can call it a day. Is that okay, Isabel?
Yeah, that's fine.
I will provide you guys with an email you can actually reach out to and basically inquire and have just basically inquiring about anything you may need to know. Sorry, I'm just getting you guys my email address so you guys could reach out to me. There we go. I've just provided you guys with my email address. So you could just send in your inquiries and either I or one of my colleagues will reach out to you.
Right, so I'll answer that one, Kumo. Are your
Sure.
qualifications recognized in Botswana? All right, so our qualifications are accredited in Australia. Okay, so what our students would normally do, right, with the AQF levels, the advanced diploma is a level 6 qualification. So what our students would normally do is upon completion, they take the qualification to their local evaluating body. I don't know what it's called in Botswana, but for example, in South Africa, they send their qualification to SAQA for evaluation, and then SAQA would advise what level that advanced diploma is within South Africa. So upon completion, you can take whatever, whether you've done it or your advanced or your bachelor degree or your doctorate, you can take it to your respective evaluating body in your country for evaluation, and then they'll let you know what level it is in your country.
Do you want to take this, Isabel, or should I take it? Hello, I'm Derek from Kenya. I am late. My question is there scholarships for degree or undergraduate in engineering?
You can, well, I believe on our website there's some links for scholarships. Do you maybe have that handy?
Yeah, I can provide them with the link for that. So basically, we do offer scholarships as well as bursaries. However, with those scholarships and bursaries, they are not fully funded. So you'll be basically getting a percentage discount off the fee. I hope that makes sense, but here's the link that you can actually go and take a look at. So we've got scholarships for future students, for people that like to enroll with us, and we also have for people that have been enrolled with us. So you could just, and there's also different criteria, so you'd need to read which criteria best meets your current situation. If there aren't any more questions, then we are going to wrap the session up. Once again, we do appreciate you guys taking time out of your day to actually attend.